I recently made a trip from Nigeria to Nairobi, Kenya. With the fuel increase, with the whole dollar rise, you can still travel. So guys, sit down. Let me do you a service of giving you a rundown of every single thing that I paid with regards to this trip and all. I needed the Kenyan visa. It was 98,000 naira at the time, and the visa that they gave us is actually I think 3 months validity visa. As I when we were in Nairobi, Nairobi's money was like Nigerian money times 3. So if you want to do fine dining, I would recommend that you hold at least 3,000 to 9,000 Kenyan shillings, which translates to about maybe say 9,000 to 18,000 naira. You should budget this per meal. But if you want to opt for like a fast food, I budget like 500 to 1,500 Kenyan shillings, which is about 1,500 naira to about 4,500 naira. Hey my loves, and welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you are seeing my gorgeous beautiful face, my name is Cheta and I create a lot of content in Abuja, Nigeria. You did not come here by mistake. You are definitely in the right place. Welcome on board. To my returning subscribers, guys, you guys, thank you so much for your consistency, for your love, for your support, for the growth on here. Honestly, without you guys, I won't be here right now. So a big thank you to you guys. Please, if you're here to subscribe, I beg, please just click the subscribe button down below. Stop tightening your chest. Help me, I beg. Click the subscribe button down below. Like this video if you enjoyed it, because it helps me out a whole lot. Share it with your friends, because I mean, you don't know who might need to see this. Also, turn on your notification bell so that you just get a straight out notification whenever I post a new video. And finally, I beg, my social media handles are up on the screen somewhere, so please just follow me on social media so that you get the latest update as it is hot, not till I post on YouTube here. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys so much, and yeah, let's get right into what today's video is about. So guys, I recently made a trip from Nigeria to Nairobi, Kenya, which by now all of you are aware, because I have been posting back-to-back videos. I even have a playlist on my channel. I'll add it up somewhere so that you guys go and get up to date in case you are new here or you have been missing out on all of this. So I recently made a trip, and in this video I'll be dissecting how much I spent on every single thing, so that people, new travelers, because this was my first time traveling out of Abuja, new travelers can get all the information that they need. They can know how much to budget and plan to travel, and yeah, all of that info. So I'll be dissecting it, guys. So just sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, grab your drink, and yeah, let's dissect this trip together. Now, another major reason why I'm doing this is because I've been getting a lot of comments from people. Oh, how much did you spend on safari? How much did you spend on this? Oh, how much can I spend? Traveling is really expensive. And guys, traveling can be inexpensive, even with the terrible situation and the economy of Nigeria right now, with the fuel increase, with the whole dollar rise, you can still travel. So guys, sit down. Let me do you a service of giving you a rundown of every single thing that I paid with regards to this trip and all. Because I said the first time travelers, it does not mean that it does not help everyone. If you're someone that you're a consistent traveler, just skip the unnecessary stuff and get right to the major things that you need, basically. For the sake of this video, I'll be using a flat rate of 750 naira per 1 USD. I know right now it's at 800 and something USD, but right now I'll just use the rate of 750. So if you're doing your math, you can now know what's up right now, because that was the rate as at when I traveled. And also, I'll be sharing the amount both in naira and in USD. The reason be, in case you are not in Nigeria, you can know how much USD to budget for, or to budget for this trip. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be dissecting the amount in naira and in USD, and at the end of everything, I'll be giving a sum total of how much I spent at the end of this trip. So number one, what you need if you're a first-time traveler, you obviously need your international passport. I personally applied for the 32 booklet 5-year validity passport. I think that's what it is. If I'm not right, I'll put it on the screen. That was what I applied for. It's for 5-year validity. It's a 32 booklet passport, and I think on their website is 25,000 naira and 1,000 naira. for payment. So I paid 26,000 naira on their website. See guys, I have a juicy gist about this whole thing. In fact, 2 videos, I'll link them up too, so that you guys go and get up to date with what really happened. But in my own case, after paying online 26k, because I was impatient, which I would then cut in now and say, if you want to travel, apply for your international passport for the first time travelers at least 6 months before time. And then if you are someone that your passport has already expired, apply at least 6 months before time. I know they say 6 weeks, some people get it in 3 weeks. Mine took 7 months. So just to play safe, apply like 6 months before you even start planning your trip. Like if your trip is in maybe July, start applying from December or January, just to be on the safe side. So I paid 26,000 naira, and then I ended up still, if you watch these videos now, you'll get up to date. I ended up still contacting a private let's say immigration officer to help me fast track things, and I paid an additional 20,000 naira. So in sum total, I paid 46,000 naira. Yeah, that was what I paid for my international passport. But I don't think you have to pay that, but just budget around that, just in case. If you want to do it online, it's 26k. If you want to do it in their place, I think it's about 40 something. It depends on your bargaining power, and who you know. So all of that is factored into this. But because of this video, I'll be using the price of 46,000 naira, which is what I paid. So another very important information is that before you travel, you need some vaccinations depending on the country you're visiting. For Kenya, you need a yellow fever vaccine card, as well as a COVID vaccine card, or a negative COVID result at least 72 hours prior to the departure of you, like when you're taking off your departure date. So for mine, I got the vaccine anyways, and vaccine is free. It is free. Walk into any hospital to get your vaccine, but you know, because of Nigeria, it's going to take a ton of time. So like I just said about the passport, if you know you're traveling to any country, confirm whatever vaccinations they need there, and start early, 6 months before. Just start your whole vaccination process 6 months before. Have it and keep it. It is your own. It doesn't expire immediately. Or if you want to opt for the negative test result for COVID, you can do that. I mean, but to me, I feel like that's gamble. What if it comes out positive? What will you do? So just get your vaccine card. It's free. Follow up early enough so that you get it before your trip. For flights, I traveled with Qatar Airline, and it was a group trip. We were 6 travelers, right? But mine personally, I think I paid 881,123 naira for a return ticket to Nairobi and back. And mind you, it is not a direct flight. I used Qatar Airline, and I used a connecting flight. Like you guys have already seen in my videos, I connected to Qatar, and from Qatar to Nairobi. So I spent 881,123 naira. So the amount to be displaying on the screen, the exact amount. So that's what I budgeted for. So if you want to travel for flight, just budget that for a return ticket, and it will take you to Nairobi and back, depending on the current rate of dollar right now, Sha. I think I need to keep hammering on that. Yeah, so that's it. For hotel accommodation, if you watch my video, you will see we had 2 hotel options. We, the non-management staff, stayed in a more affordable hotel, Westin Hotel, and that's what I'll be giving you a rundown. So for Westin Hotel, which I've said in my review about Westin, if you've not watched that, go and watch that, as well as the review for Radisson Blu. For Westin Hotel, we paid 100 USD per night, and we stayed 6 nights, which means we ended up paying 600 USD, which if you translate it to Naira, is about 450,000 Naira. Nevertheless, there are more affordable hotels in Nairobi. We were going on a conference, and they gave us a list of hotels, and this was the one we loved most there. So, but if you're traveling, do your research. I heard from my videos, I've gotten comments from Kenyans saying that, oh, in Nairobi, you can get a cheaper hotel that is even more better than Westin. So you guys should go do your research and find out, or yeah, just do your research, find out, and find a more cheaper hotel. But for myself, I spent 450,000 naira, which is 600 USD basically, for my hotel accommodation. So another very important thing you need is a visa to whatever country you're going to. In my case, I needed the Kenyan visa. I applied using a company. I'll put them on the screen now. It was 98,000 naira at the time, and the very important information they needed from you was our international passport and a passport photograph. And the visa that they gave us is actually I think 3 months validity visa, either 3 months or 6 months, but I think it's 3 months. I'm not sure, but I'll just attach it now on the screen. That was it. basically. I also consulted another travel agency, and they were telling me to give them a lot of things, from international passports, which is valid for at least 6 months before your trip. They asked for passport, they asked for my hotel booking, they asked for my flight booking, like they asked for a lot of data. So I just opted for these ones, and that one I think it was cheaper, but I did not have energy for the entire process, so I just worked with this, and we got it at 98,000 naira. Now for petty cash, you need petty cash, and the amount you spend on petty cash is dependent on, one, the activities you intend to do while you are at Nairobi, your movement, transportation, your feeding, if you want to go to like fine dining restaurants, or you want to go to regular restaurants, the safari activities you want to do, and all of that. So I'll just give you guys a range of how much I think you should save up if you really want to enjoy your stay at Nairobi, basically. And one major information I want to put out here is that, as I when we're in Nairobi, Nairobi's money was like Nigerian money times 3. So if Nigerian money, the value of is 1 naira, then Nigerian money in Nairobi is like 3 naira. Do you get? So their money was like times 3 stronger than ours at the time. And yeah, I think we spent money on a number of things. So I'll just give you a rundown. So if you want to do fine dining, I'll recommend that you hold at least 3,000 to 9,000 Kenyan shillings, which translates to about maybe say 9,000 to 18,000 naira. That's for fine dining, proper restaurants. You should budget this per meal. But if you want to opt for like a fast food, I think you should, or anything around fast foods, basically budget like 500 to 1,500 Kenyan shillings, which is about 1,500 naira to about 4,500 naira, basically. So that's what I would advise with regards to feeding when you are at Nairobi. So for souvenirs, I spent 100 USD, which translates to 75,000 naira. I bought a variety of fabrics, shirts, fridge stickers, keychains, earrings, and notepads. So to me, that was one of the majorly outrageous things that I spent on in Kenya, because to me, I didn't see the necessity of buying all those little things for 75,000 naira, and you do not have to. It was maybe the particular place we went to. I don't know if there are cheaper options. To my Nairobi people, if you know you have any cheaper options for them, let them know. But I personally spent 100 USD. You don't have to spend that much. Just spend within your own budget, basically. While I was at Nairobi, I did a bit of grocery shopping because I needed things like water, fruits in my hotel room, and all of that, basically. And I know I spent around maybe say 2,500 to 4,000 Kenyan shillings, which is about maybe 7,500 to 12,000 naira, basically. So if you know you're someone that likes basic groceries like snacks, food, things to just have in your fridge while you're there, then yeah, you might budget that, but that's completely unnecessary if you really do not care about it. So you can just cut that off your budget list. Okay, so for the spa I visited, I spent 8,000 Kenyan shillings, which translates to about 57 USD, and then it's about 43,000 naira. Again, I'm just highlighting the things I spent. You do not have to. If these things are unnecessary to you, cut them off and just focus on the things that are majorly important to you. Now for safari, which I know I've also gotten a lot of comments. For safari, we went to the Nairobi National Park, we went to Karen Blixen's museum, we went to the Giraffe Center, and we spent 135 USD, which is about maybe say 102,000 naira. So yeah, that's about how much we spent with regards to safari. And I don't know if there are cheaper options. Possibly there are always cheaper options to things, so just do your proper research. We personally did not go with a travel agency. Like I said, we went for a conference, and when we got there, at the point of the conference, we saw like this safari people that, oh, if you want to tour Nairobi, and they gave us this rate as a very affordable rate because we're going in group, and this rate that they gave us covered for the bus we took, I think the tour van we took, and the entire tour experience, but it did not cater to our feeding that day. So you need to plan for that as well as the souvenirs you are buying. Now for transportation, I'll just say budget like 4,000 Kenyan shillings. Why I say this is because I know that we throughout our stay we're using like boats, which is to them maybe I heard is not so good in Nairobi, right? But I know there are also cheaper and more expensive options, maybe Uber, maybe renting a vehicle throughout your trip, or maybe using the bus. But I know I personally spent within the range of 4,000 Kenyan shillings, which is about maybe say 12,000 naira. So just have within that range or something less, depending on your movement as well, where you're going to and all of that basically. Also factoring in that when you're doing safari, they are catering to picking you up from your hotel room, taking you around and dropping you back. So I think you should know this information as well, so that you don't over budget. But it's good to over budget at the end of the year, so that if you don't spend the money, it's back to you. It's not like it's going to be a waste basically. So yeah, that's my advice. Generally, I'll just say for petty cash, depending on your jaye, just hold within 100 USD to 500 USD just to play safe basically, which is about maybe say 75,000 naira to about 350 or 375,000 naira. The exact amount will be on the screen. So just budget that with regards to your entire petty cash throughout your trip. So I personally spent over maybe 1.8 million naira, which is about almost 2,500 USD. But it was because I did a lot of things there. If you do your own math, yeah, you might end up spending a whole lot less than that. From my calculation, you could spend likely maybe 1,500 to 2,000 USD. If you cut out a few unnecessary things basically. So 1,500 to 2,000 USD, which is about maybe say almost 1.2 to 1.5 million naira basically, if you cut out a few things, or even 1 million naira. So yeah, I think that's basically what it is for this video. Let me know if it was helpful. Let me know if you've traveled before, and share your own rundown if you can, just a rough estimate of how much you spent, and also give my subscribers advice on things that can make it more even affordable for them basically. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. Please, if you're yet to subscribe, I beg, just click the subscribe button down below, like this video so that it reaches a lot more people. Share the video with your friends so that they also see this goodness. Turn on your notification bell, and do not forget to follow me on social media. And yeah, finally, I'll share a link to this playlist, so just go and binge watch if you have not watched it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.